Welcome to the Mind Body Manifest podcast. I'm your host, Laura Gilly, certified mindset and manifestation coach, yoga and meditation teacher, and wellness retreat leader. This podcast is your go-to space for all things spirituality, subconscious reprogramming, manifestation, personal development, and entrepreneurship. I'm here to help ambitious women and female leaders like you step into your fullest potential so you can impact the world with your unique gifts and create the life of your wildest dreams. Each week, we'll dive deep into soulful conversations, actionable strategies, tools, and mindset shifts that will help you up-level your reality and create success from the inside out. So if you're ready to elevate your mind, heal within, and manifest unstoppable success, you're in the right place. Let's go. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Mind Body Manifest podcast. I'm your host, Laura, and today is November 11th, 11/11. So we are going to dive into something truly magical, deciphering angel numbers, recognizing signs from the universe, and tapping into the potent energy of the 1111 portal to manifest your dream life in 2025. Okay, so make sure you stay until the end because I'm going to guide you through a powerful meditation and give you some journal prompts to help you anchor in to your highest timeline for 2025. All right, now before we dive in, I want to share a personal story with you, a moment in my life when the presence of my angels felt undeniable. It was around my 25th birthday. I was living in San Diego, flying out of LA to go visit my two best friends from college in New York City to celebrate our birthdays together because our birthdays were all a week apart. And my brother was living in LA at the time, so he and his girlfriend drove me to the airport. I was taking the red eye, so it was like 11 p.m. at night. I parked my car in this weird parking lot near the LA airport and hopped into my brother's car so he could take me the rest of the way. Now, the plan was that he was also going to pick me up from the airport when I got back and drop me off at my car because I really wasn't familiar with the area and it was his friend's parking lot. So normally I wouldn't pay that much attention to where I parked, knowing that my brother was just going to be able to take me there. But for some reason, I got this overwhelming feeling that I needed to be alert and remember exactly how to get back there. Then when I get into the car, I blurted out loud, "Does everyone have their seatbelt on?" And I made sure that everyone was belted in. Now, that's not that weird, but I don't typically say that every time I get into the car. And for some reason, I felt compelled to make sure that we all had our seatbelts on. Maybe you can guess where this story is going. So on our way, there's really no one on the roads because it's late and we're taking the back streets. We turn left through an intersection and out of nowhere comes another car, slams into ours, T-boning us, hitting the back left passenger wheel, basically where I was sitting, and the car just starts spinning. And from there, everything went into slow motion, like straight out of a movie. My brother's like, "Oh shit, hang on." And then the car starts rolling. We rolled like 3 times. And while we're rolling, I hear this clear, profound voice that in my head that just says, "duck." And I lean in towards the center of the car so that my head doesn't hit the glass. But it felt like someone or something was holding me there. And by the grace of God, we landed upright. The car was completely totaled. The wheel where I was sitting was falling off the axis. And we all got out completely fine. I think the worst of it was I had this huge bruise on my hip where the seatbelt was digging in from leaning inwards, and my whole body was achy and sore for days. My brother and his girlfriend were totally fine, maybe some minor back and neck pain from what I remember, but we all got out of that car completely unscathed. And I knew in that moment that we were being divinely protected. In the coming days, as I reflected on the accident, I realized that there were very clear signs from my angels. Had we not had our seatbelts on, we easily could have died or been in critical condition. Remembering where my car was parked was important because my brother's car was totaled and he couldn't pick me up when I got back from the trip. And yes, I actually still went. I actually got on the plane after that, if you can believe it. Cried the whole way once my adrenaline subsided. Not sure that was the best idea, but I was totally fine. And since then, I have always felt the protection and guidance from angels. And I want you to know that you have this divine support too. And today, I'm going to help you connect with it. So let's start with angel numbers and signs. What are they? Angel numbers are sequences of numbers like 111 or 222, or could be like 1234 or 1010 that hold spiritual messages. They're sent by our angels, guides, or the universe itself as ways to communicate with us and guide us. The reason why angels use repeating numbers or number sequences to communicate with us is because it grabs our attention. It's a little bit unusual, right? According to numerology, each number, 1 through 9, has its own significance and meaning. And when the numbers are repeated, the energy of that number and what it represents is stronger. The number 1, for example, represents new beginnings, leadership, enlightenment, spirituality. When I was going through my spiritual awakening, which I talk about in the very first episode, I kept seeing 1111 on the clock all the time, which felt like just a big cosmic reminder from the universe that I was on the right path and to just keep staying conscious about my thoughts because I was learning about manifestation and how we are creating our reality. And whenever I see a repeated number or a sequence frequently, I know my angels are trying to tell me something. I feel like it's a little wink from the universe. And once you start noticing them, you'll start to see them all the time. On license plates, on the clock, on your bill, on your receipt. When I gave birth to my son, Jack, he came out at 11:22 on 8/8 at the peak of the Lionsgate portal, which is a whole other story I will have to tell on the podcast because that story is just incredible and it's probably my most amazing manifestation yet. But signs from the universe don't just show up as numbers. The universe speaks in many ways. Sometimes it comes through your intuition. We've talked about this before, like hearing a voice. This is what happened for me with the seatbelt. It came through like an intuitive, inner knowing, a loud, profound voice. Signs from the universe could show up as an animal that you keep seeing. One of my good friends kept seeing butterflies after her dad died. And whenever she sees butterflies now, for her, it's just this beautiful reminder that her dad is with her. And it gives her this comforting feeling. Sometimes the universe speaks to you through your dreams, guiding you through symbols or metaphors or feelings. At one of my retreats, there was this girl who came on the retreat looking for clarity on her next steps with starting her yoga business and where to live. And at the retreat, she had some really weird dreams that guided her to moving to Florida and living with a couple of the other girls from the retreat. And since then, she's made some big, bold moves with her business. A sign from the universe could be a song that comes on at a perfect time, or words you overhear that seem to answer a question on your mind. These patterns and coincidences are the universe's way of communicating with us if we're paying attention. To start noticing the signs, I always recommend slowing down and tuning in. If you're seeing a certain number or a symbol repeatedly, ask yourself, what have I just been thinking about? What's been on my mind? Often signs are there to reassure you or guide you. And you can always look up the spiritual meaning of animals, numbers, or other signs. You could also ask for signs and divine guidance from your spirit team. And yes, you have a spirit team, a mix of angels, guides, or even loved ones that have passed on who are all supporting you. If you haven't read the book Ask Your Guides by Sonia Choquette, I highly recommend it. It's a great book. In it, she talks a lot about how to communicate with your angels and your guides. And she does mention that we have free will. So it's important to remember that our angels and guides often wait for us to ask for guidance before stepping in. To connect with them, though, all you got to do is ask. You can simply say something like, Spirit team, angels, guides, please guide me today. Help me see clearly. Oftentimes, before I am getting on with a client or before a retreat, I will ask my spirit team or ask God to speak through me. Speak through me. If you're making a decision, a big decision, and you need guidance, ask if this is the right choice. Show me a feather or come up with something that would be a symbol for you to know that you're on the right path. It can really be that simple. And then just be open to noticing the signs, things happening synchronistically, or getting a nudge to do something or go in a certain direction. If you've ever had a moment where you just feel a deep sense of peace, or you've heard a little whisper of intuition guiding you, that's likely your spirit team. And if you don't hear anything right away, don't worry, trust that they're always there and the answers will come in the perfect timing. So why is 1111 such a big deal? Well, 11 is what's called a master number in numerology. It represents spiritual enlightenment, intuition, alignment with your higher self. This number is like a nudge to get in sync with who you truly are and what you're here to do. It's an invitation to connect with your higher self and to tap into a higher level of awareness. Think of it as the universe saying, you're ready, you're supported, you're aligned. Let's make this shit happen. And on 11/11, like today, there's an open energetic portal between the earthly realm and the spiritual realm. The veil is also thinner between the conscious and the subconscious mind. So it's a really powerful time for you to get clear on what you truly want to manifest, what you want to change in your life. What do you need to release that isn't serving you? So how can we make the most of this powerful 11/11 energy? First, I always recommend setting clear intentions. Utilize the energy of today to get very specific about what you're calling in over the next year. especially the goals that light you up and feel aligned with your purpose. Visualization is so key. See yourself experiencing what you want to call into your life. Feel it in your body. Hear what you would hear. Smell what you would smell. This is a powerful neuroscience technique that all of the top athletes, celebrities, and professionals use to manifest their goals, because your mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So when you see it, your body feels as if it's actually happening. And that attracts that situation to you. The brain and body normalize it, and you attract what you are. So ask yourself, if I could be, do, have, create, or experience anything in 2025, what would I want? Be specific. Suspend all disbelief. And if it didn't matter how it came into fruition, what would you ask for? Take a moment. Write it down. And once you're done doing that, I want you to come back. I'm going to guide you through a short, beautiful meditation to align with the energy of 1111. So if you are driving or you're doing the dishes or something like that, come back to this part later. But if you're in a quiet place, I invite you to close your eyes. Settle into your space. Take a slow, deep breath in, filling up the belly, ribs, chest. Hold it. And on the exhale, gently release any tension. Do that again. Breathe in, fill up, hold, and slowly exhale. Feel yourself becoming fully present. And just begin to set an intention for your meditation. Perhaps setting an intention for 2025. And just simply begin to ask for guidance from your angels, your spirit team, from God. Again, to picture yourself stepping through an archway between the number 11. This archway is a beautiful portal of golden white light. And as you walk through it, you begin to feel the comfort and reassurance of your spirit team around you. Suddenly, the portal begins to open up, and you realize you're being shown the highest timeline for your 2025. First, you start to see your home life. Notice what the highest timeline of your home life is like. Who's with you? What does your home look like? How do you feel being in this space? What sounds do you hear? Take a moment to relish in it. Then you start to look in the mirror. As you walk over to the mirror and you see yourself, you think, wow, Notice what you're wearing. Notice how you feel. Take a deep breath and anchor this feeling into your body by pressing down on one of your wrists. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now you're celebrating an accomplishment, something at work or within your career, a big moment where you feel so dang proud of yourself. Where are you? Who's with you? Take it all in. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now you're being shown something fun. You're experiencing something that inspires you, brings you joy, or just lights your soul on fire. Maybe you're traveling, vacationing, laughing with friends. What is it? Take a moment to visualize yourself living this reality fully and joyfully. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now you begin to see the 1111 portal light up again. It's time for you to walk back through it, knowing that you can come back through this portal and visit this visualization anytime you desire. But as you walk back through the portal, you feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude in your heart for each part of the vision that you were shown, knowing that it was already yours. Thank your angels and guides for supporting you every step of the way. Take another slow, deep breath in. And a slow, deep breath out. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes, bringing this energy back with you. I hope that meditation brought you some clarity. Take a few moments after this to write down what came up for you. And now let's just end this podcast episode with some journal prompts that you can reflect on to help deepen your connection with this energy. So go ahead and write these down. If I could step into my dream life in 2025, what would it look like and feel like? Be specific. What small steps can I take today to align with the life I envision for myself? Number 3, what signs has the universe been showing me lately? What messages might these hold? And then the last prompt, how can I better open myself to guidance from my spirit team? Thank you so much for joining me today. Remember, you have a powerful spirit team, and signs from the universe are all around you. Use this 1111 portal to connect with your highest potential and start manifesting a 2025 beyond your wildest dreams. If you enjoyed this episode, please review it and share it with someone else. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Mind Body Manifest podcast. I hope today's episode brought you clarity, inspiration, and some powerful takeaways. If If you loved what you heard, don't forget to share it with a friend who could use this message. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. I'd also love for you to rate and review the show. It helps get this message out to more amazing women just like you, and I truly appreciate every single bit of your support. Until next time, keep elevating your mind, healing within, and manifesting your most abundant life.